and that will turn your camera into a beast in terms of low light performance and bokeh. The Canon 90D and the Canon M50 are very different from each other. However, they have something in common. They're crop sensor cameras. The 90D is supposed to be a lot better. Well, it costs more than double the M50, so there must be a reason. The Canon M50 has some advantage on the 90D. The fact that you can use a speed booster make it almost like a full frame camera. I mean, I say almost, but close enough. How? Well, I'm gonna tell you after the intro. What's up guys, Frullani here and welcome back to another video. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing, and since you're there, just smash the like button. And now we jump immediately into the topic of today's video. Well, actually I was asked to make this video if I could talk about and show a little bit the speed booster, in this case the Viltrox Speed Booster. Okay, but let's start by saying if you have or if you plan on buying a Canon M50 or any M-mount camera, you can use of course all native lenses plus all EF and EFS lenses. How? With the adapter. In this case, here we have the Viltrox Adapter. It's the Viltrox mount adapter EF EOS M, and as I said, with this you will be able to use on your Canon M50, 6 Mark II and so on, all EF and EFS lenses. It's basically made of plastic and metal, and the metal part transmits the information from the lens to your camera. So you can use any lens basically, but we're talking about a crop sensor camera, 1.6 crop. So the 50mm, for example, which is the one I'm using right now on the Canon 90D, equals actually to an 80mm. However, you don't have the advantages of an 80mm on a full frame, because it's just the same image you'd get with the 50mm on a full frame, just cropped. Just you see less in frame. You're not gonna get more depth of field, more blurry background. No. Anyways, Viltrox made also something called a speed booster. What is it? It's this, the Viltrox mount adapter EF EOS M2 0.71. What does it mean? Well, first of all, that's just a name, but it means that 50mm, for example, which becomes in size like an 80mm, using the speed booster, it multiplies times 0.71, so that it corresponds more or less to a 56.8. Am I good at math? No, I use the calculator. Anyways, again, when you put 50mm on a Canon M50 or any M-mount camera, it will correspond to a 56.8. But that's not it. Using the Viltrox Speed Booster, it won't be just about field of view, it's also about the aperture, because using this, the maximum aperture of the 50mm 1.8 will go down till f1.2. That's quite a lot. But alright, let's take a look at it. I'm gonna put the 50mm on the Canon M50 right now, and we're gonna see it without the speed booster, just with the regular adapter. And this is what it looks like. Now, this is what it looks like. I'm not gonna move the camera, it's gonna stay right there in the same spot, and I'm just gonna switch to the Canon M50, this time with the speed booster. What do you think about it? Let me know in the comment section what you think about it. If you think it loses quality, if you think it's the same quality, because I understand that the Viltrox adapter contains a glass element. You know, as far as I know, whatever you put in front of your lens, and as far as I know, whenever you put something in front of your lens, you always lose some quality. Sometimes not much or very, very little, but sometimes a lot. So in this case, what do you think about it? What do you think about the quality with the Viltrox adapter and with the Viltrox Speed Booster? Do you see any loss in quality? And what about the autofocus? Have you noticed anything weird? Does it struggle to focus or something? Because most of the times it works fine. I've been using it a lot, and sometimes when the subject is not really close to the camera or when the background is a little bit crowded, it tends to struggle a little bit to focus, and it doesn't depend on the lights, because it happened to me also with perfect lights. So should you get the Speed Booster? Well, let's talk about money here. The regular adapter costs about 30 bucks, 35, sometimes less, sometimes a little bit more, but around 30, 35 bucks. And you can use all EF and EFS lenses, so it's very beneficial. While on the Speed Booster, its price is around like 130, 140 bucks, sometimes a little bit more, sometimes a little bit less. With the Speed Booster, you cannot use EFS lenses, but EF only. Why? Because of its shape and the glass element won't fit. To be able to use it, you should hack the lens and potentially ruin your lens and or the camera. So not advised. Don't do that. I always say that every time I talk about the Speed Booster, like, don't use it with EFS lenses. Don't try. If you don't know whether to get a regular adapter or a Speed Booster, I think with a regular adapter you have more flexibility because you can use basically any lens, EF and EFS. And with the Speed Booster you can use only EF lenses. But the advantage is that it will improve and increase your field of view, and at the same time it will allow you to shoot with a wider aperture. In this case of the 50mm 1.8 will go down, as I said earlier, to 1.2. And that will turn your camera into a beast in terms of low light performance and bokeh, like the shallow depth of field, the blurry, buttery, cool background that we love so much. I mean, I love it. So again, can't really say which one is better, because I don't know you. It depends what you need, it depends what you like, it depends on what you're looking for exactly, what you're shooting. So I can just show you what a footage looks like with the regular adapter on the M50 and the 50mm 1.8 and with the Speed Booster, and you see the difference. It won't turn your camera into a full frame, but close enough. I mean, it's a really good option anyway. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it useful. If you did, smash the like button right now. Subscribe if you ain't already, and I will see you guys in the next video. It's a 50mm. I can't reach. So I just do it like this.